Hello VEDS. So recently I've been experimenting with this 3-minute review format where I limit myself to just talk for 3 minutes about something, and I really like it. And I think the 3 minutes not only manages my time, and since I do it in one take also helps out with editing, but I also find that it helps me push my more important criticisms to the forefront. So today I want to experiment with that format and not just review a movie, but review Matt Fraction's run of Hawkeye, specifically the first hardback trade, which is the first 11 issues, which is, this is a 22 issue run, so the first half. So 3 minutes on the clock, let's go. Hawkeye is a character who I have always been interested in because I like lower level kind of B characters who are more blue collar. I like professional heroes in the sense not that they are heroes as a profession, but it is kind of just something they do alongside having a normal life. And this, I think, is actually a very good example of this. It opens up with a little blurb that I won't read out, but it's basically saying this is what Hawkeye does when he's not with the Avengers, and it's very interesting. It's him going around New York, interacting with different people. He owns an apartment building, so him interacting with those characters, but also, you know, occasionally he'll get into fights with the mob, or there will be another disaster. One of my favorite issues is when he has to go help one of his friends move their dad out of the suburbs because there's going to be a flood going on. But the other cool thing about Hawkeye is we don't just follow Clint Barton. We also follow the young Hawkeye, who, I need to look up the name real quick. I should have done this beforehand. Oh boy. Kate. It doesn't say her last name. I think it's Kate Bishop. There we go. Kate Bishop, who took up the mantle because of craziness in the Marvel continuity. But it also equally follows her story, and I think that she is just as interesting of a character as Clint Barton. And the place that issue 11 ends us with those two characters is really important and to developing their relationship. And they treat themselves as equals as Hawkeye. So the name is not just referring to Clint Barton, even though he is clearly the name that draws people in. She has just as much influence on the story. Now, before I run out of time, I do want to talk about the art because this is some of my favorite art. I really love stylized art, and you get a lot here. It's very, there's some... It's old school, I would say. It reminds me of like old Tintin comics in a way, but very blocky and very segmented. The panels are very, instead of being more fluid like they sometimes are, they are very segmented in a more comic approach that we used to see. And David Aja, who does the art, is fantastic. We get a couple different artists and they do well. But David Aja is the main guy, and he shows versatility, and because of the more laid out style, he's able to do some really fun things with time and with laying out the story structure to provide an interesting read that's very unique, which all goes along with Fraction's more, not wacky, but definitely unorthodox approach to writing the story. I will say I've only picked up, I guess I shouldn't review anymore. I only have the first trade of this in hardback. I intend to get the second one soon, and I will review that when I do. If you guys read comics, I'd love to know what you're reading, and if by whatever means you have read Matt Fraction's Hawkeye, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Tell me what you think about this format as I continue to try to evolve it in the comments. See you tomorrow, VEDS.